Hi, StoryFilm here and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to tell a story about an animated movie called Resident Evil: Degeneration. Unlike the Resident Evil live-action film series, Degeneration is set within the same universe as the original video game series. The main characters are Leon S. Kennedy and Claire Redfield, who appear together for the first time since the 1998 game Resident Evil 2. Before we begin, get yourself something to eat and drink, find a comfortable place, and enjoy the story. The film takes place 7 years after the Raccoon City incident and 1 year after the event of Resident Evil 4. Claire Redfield is now a member of TerraSave, an organization that handles search and rescue at chemical and biological attacks. Claire arrives at the Harvardville airport to meet a family she wants to help. A passenger plane approaches the airport for landing. As one of the flight attendants checks on the passengers, she notices that one man looks unwell. The man is clearly in the final stages of a T-virus infection and warns the attendant. Shortly thereafter, he becomes a zombie and attacks the attendant. In the waiting room, Claire, who was watching a program on TV about a senator who became an advisor to Will Pharma Corporation while taking care of her friend's niece, met a man who made cynical comments about the TV broadcast. He then left after apologizing. Claire and Ronnie continue to watch television before they see Senator Ron Davis walk by. A protester masked as a zombie is arrested by a police officer, only to be attacked seconds later by a real zombie. One of Davis's bodyguards shoots the zombie while being attacked by the infected guard, whom he already thought was dead. The second guard tries to escape, but is also devoured. The scene causes panic and people in the area flee, some are attacked by zombies, and while Claire is searching for the missing Ronnie, she comes across a man she knows as Curtis Miller. Later, the plane in which the infected man was in crashes into the building, where all the occupants have already turned into zombies.
No way.
As the situation getting worse, Claire, Davis, Ronnie and the survivors had to hide in the VIP room. During the night, the airport has been locked down by the United States Marine Corps and local law enforcement. Survivors are being evacuated for treatment, while many are still trapped inside the airport. Two Special Response Team officers, Angela Miller and Greg Glenn, are assisted by a government agent with experience in such incidents, Leon S. Kennedy. After a brief briefing, the group enters the building through the roof and begins their search. Angela arrives in a room where she sees a body lying on the floor. Without a bit of hesitation, she rushed to the victim, who turned out to be already infected and turned completely into a zombie. She was almost bitten when Leon saved her. The room then filled with zombies coming from all directions. Leon and Angela shoot some of the zombies that come, while Greg takes it to the extreme.
Come on!
Satisfied with his action, he walked away before being attacked by the zombies he had shot earlier. Leon, who rescues him, takes a chance by warning him with what he said earlier when confronted with zombies.
Shoot them in the head.
In the VIP lounge, Claire decides to go in search of help using an umbrella as a weapon. She then meets Leon, who saves her from a zombie attack. Back in the VIP lounge, Leon tells the other survivors about his escape plan, which the senator does not believe in because of the number of rescue teams. However, they all head back to the main terminal while the senator has no choice but to follow them. In the middle of their journey, they are attacked by a horde of zombies. Greg is bitten by a zombie and stays behind, determined to save the rest by killing the creatures nearby.
Wait!
Greg, you got this?
They then arrive at the main terminal, which is now full of zombies. While Leon and Angela shoot some zombies, the egotistical senator immediately jumps up when he sees the zombies approaching, causing Ronnie to fall to the ground below. The senator managed to escape, while Ronnie was protected from the approaching zombies by Claire. Seeing that Angela was busy with some zombies, Leon, who was fighting with a zombie, threw his gun at Claire. After finishing off all the zombies that came, they then rushed to the entrance and shot a few more zombies on the way there. Outside, Ronnie fetches her aunt while Angela grieves over the fate of Greg. Seeing the senator, Claire bitch-slap him for what he did to Ronnie.
Bastard!
Later that night, a group of trucks with Wolfarma on it arrive and carrying a vaccine for the T-virus. Claire then meets Frederick Downing, the man she met this afternoon, who is the head of research at Wolfarma Corporation. When Claire learns that Wolfarma Corporation, who she has been campaigning against, has developed a T-virus vaccine, realizes that the vaccine could have saved the people who died. Suddenly an explosion was heard, and they found the trucks carrying the vaccine had been destroyed. Frederick tells them that all the vaccines they made at the Wolfarma lab were destroyed in that explosion. The senator asked Leon to tell what the terrorists demand, to which Leon replied, "The truth." The terrorists demand the government reveal the truth about the Raccoon City incident or they will spread the T-virus at midnight tonight. Claire later tells that during the chaos in the terminal, she encountered one of the terrorists named Curtis Miller, which is later revealed by Angela that he is her brother. She then sets out to find her brother, accompanied by Leon, while Claire goes with Frederick to the Wolfarma research facility to get more vaccines. After a tour of the facility and a cup of tea, Claire is shown a molecular scale picture of the G virus. Frederick then receives a call from the senator warning him not to share insignificant information with her. When Claire wants to tell Leon about the virus, he gives the reason that they have the virus is to make a vaccine for it. He then left her alone in the room while he went to check for damage on one of the servers. Leon and Angela arrive at a burning house, which is the home of Curtis Miller. She then tells Leon the reason Curtis became like this was to get revenge for his wife and daughter who died in an explosion in Raccoon City, where the government decided to bomb the city to cover up the truth.
Let me through! Let me through!
Claire calls Leon to inform him of Wolfarma's possession of the G virus and ask him to come here immediately, and learns that he and Angela discover Curtis Miller's house burnt to the ground. Frederick then calls Claire to warn her that a suspicious man has just left the facility and that a time bomb has been activated, and tells her to go out of here. Claire looks out of a window and sees Curtis running through the central gardens with a briefcase before the bomb goes off. Leon and Angela arrive and Leon goes upstairs and find the injured Claire while Angela monitors the ground level. She then finds an opened briefcase with a virus that has been used. Curtis arrives at the garden and looks injured. Since he does not have much time left, he tells Angela that the government covered up some of the events in Raccoon City that prevented his family from being rescued. Then, suddenly, a squad of Marines storms the room. Curtis, who has been injected with the G virus, begins to mutate. Without wasting time, the Marines shoot at him while he is still mutating. They stop shooting when he is on the ground, but he gets up again and starts killing them. Leon saves Angela from the massacre as the garden collapses and the rubble crushes Curtis. Believing him dead, the surviving Marines take the elevator to safety while Leon and Angela choosing to stay downstairs and wait for the elevator to come back down. However, the mutated Curtis is still alive and gets out of the rubble. He mutates further, with no more remnants of Curtis' appearance left, climbs up the building and kills the Marines by destroying the elevator. Curtis then wants to attack Angela, but Leon, knowing the creature's weakness, throws a knife directly into its large eye. A voice then announces that the plant would burn in 20 seconds. They both ran to save themselves while being chased by Curtis. They both jumped into a flooded opening and managed to save themselves, leaving Curtis engulfed by explosive flames. Meanwhile, Claire makes it to the command center and tries everything to prevent a biohazard alarm and open the building. She fails, and the detection of Curtis in the underground command center sets off another alarm. This time, parts of the building will be ejected underground. As Leon and Angela search for an escape route, Curtis attacks them. He slaps Leon in the face, hurling him onto another platform that will fall down in 10 seconds.
Level 4 submerged systems will engage soon. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Using his parkour skills, he manages to escape at the last second. Curtis, who is getting closer to Angela, stops when he sees a picture of his family, which allows him to regain control, and he tells Angela to run. As the sections they are now standing in are about to be ejected, Leon, who has tied himself with a rope, hug her from behind, leaving him and Angela hanging as the platform falls with Curtis. However, Angela's leg was grabbed by Curtis, causing her to break free from Leon's grip, who grabbed Angela's hand, and one of his legs managed to grab onto something to prevent them from falling. He then shot Curtis straight in the head and made him fall to his death. At the command center room, Claire, who wanted to leave, saw a monitor that was recording all the events earlier.
It recorded.
Leon, Angela, and Claire exit the building, where Claire accuses Senator Davis of the cover-up and the Harvardville airport incident. Leon reveals that the senator did not know anything, and Claire realizes that the real villain was actually Frederick, who caused the outbreak at the airport, the disaster on the plane, the destruction of the vaccine, the detonation of the bomb in the research building, and the bioterrorism incidents by selling T-virus samples. At some location, Frederick is talking on the phone with someone and watching a video of the incident while waiting for a contact to sell Wolpharma information. Frederick mistakes a car containing Leon and Claire for his contact. Later, he is arrested by Angela after trying to bribe them. The next day, Leon and Claire meet with a distraught Angela. Leon reveals that Frederick has confessed to everything, which was intended as a sales pitch for the virus to General Grande. He reveals that he was an umbrella researcher and stole samples of both viruses and escaped immediately prior to the Raccoon City incident, before erasing his history and creating a new identity that he used to apply to Wolpharma. There, he was able to sell the virus to a list of potential customers while researching the vaccine. Leon and Claire then said goodbye to each other and parted ways. Meanwhile, it is revealed that Senator Davis has resigned from his position over allegations of insider stock trading with Wolpharma stock. At his office, a newspaper draped over Senator's face reads, "Tricell offers to buy Wolpharma." The senator's hand falls from the desk, revealing that he is dead, and on his computer, Wolpharma files are being deleted, which, when finished, show a Tricell sign on his screen. The film ends with Tricell employees in hazmat suits searching the underground ruins of the Wolpharma research building, where they find a G-virus-infected fragment of Curtis' body, which they seal in a biohazard container. Thank you for watching. Like, share and comment below if you like the recap and subscribe for more video.